Hi everybody, my name is Anastasia and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be covering things I eat on a daily basis on prep this week. My diet has been changing quite a lot since the very beginning of the prep because again I have a prep coach, which is one thing I can't recommend enough because you can never really do prep by yourself. Not that you're not a knowledgeable person, even if you're a personal trainer yourself, you have qualifications. Just having an expert in the field that can look at you from external point of view, really judge your body and tell you what you're holding is fat or water, because I think a lot of girls who are doing bikini competition preps, they do believe that they have a lot of water, while actually it's fat. And in my case as well, you know, you get doubts, so it's very nice to see somebody once in a while for a checkup who can change your diet a little bit, who can change your training a little bit, and most importantly, give you a peace of mind that you don't have to worry about customizing your program and just take one food at a time, one workout at a time, and just give it your best shot. Today I slept in quite a bit. I put my alarm for 8:30. I thought, oh, I'll have a lie-in, and then I actually didn't get out of bed until 10 a.m. which my body really needed, because yesterday, if you've seen my yesterday's video, I did 2 workouts and also a cardio session. So this morning I woke up super sore, but my energy levels are very good, which I'm super happy about. Last week and the week before I was very much down, but feeling super low on energy, and today I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just sore, but that's about it. And one thing I think is quite important on prep is that you really note your moods and tell your coach about them, because you know your hormone balance will be changing a little bit, and it's also important for your coach to know where you stand kind of mentally and emotionally. One thing I have to say about my prep this time and also last year is that I never feel crazy hungry. Like I don't really get bad cravings, or I don't feel like my portions are not enough, and I think that's key for your mental sanity. Of course, if I'm passing by somebody else eating something delicious, or if my friend is having, I don't know, a cake in front of me, of course I would want that, but I don't constantly feel like oh, paranoid that like I'm hungry or malnourished. I feel like all my meals are very well balanced, that I feel full enough. I do get super occasional cravings that usually I satisfy with like a spoon of peanut butter, and it goes away really. My prep overall is always more high fat and low carb, and to me that's key to kill your cravings, because once you don't have carbs you forget about them a little bit, and once you start having a bit of carbs you want more and more, and then you feel down the next day. It's different for everybody, but for me personally, my last prep as well was very low carb and higher fat, and this time is the same. What they do say is very true, that if you're on low fat high carb diet you constantly feel hungry but a lot of energy, while for my diet I usually feel less energy but less hungry. So it just depends on your preference again of your coach and your body's response to the diet. I think I'll start with my water intake. Currently I drink about 3.5 liters of water. Very instinctually, of course, I try to drink it either before my meal or an hour and a half, 2 hours after my meal, so that it really hydrates me rather than messing up with my digestion process. And let's start with breakfast. Every morning right now I'm having eggs. I usually go for the large free-range eggs from Tesco, any other supermarkets that I have nearby. Typically each egg of this kind of size has 7.5 grams of protein and 5.5 grams of fat. I'm going to crack 8 eggs. To make the yolk separation faster, and because I eat eggs so much, what I do, I literally just take them by hand and scoop them into another bowl in case I need to use them for something else, or I just get rid of them. Scooped out 5 yolks, and we have 3 left in this bowl, which I will now whisk. And currently for the seasoning I'm only using some Himalayan salt that I got in this kind of package. Just the big one of Amazon, Lucy B, really great. I find that it's the best tasting salt and has a lot of minerals as well, so definitely recommend. Plenty of salt. I'm not cutting on sodium whatsoever because I drink plenty of water and I'm not worried about that at all. And then I just scramble it until I like the consistency. I usually like them a bit drier. Eggs are nearly done, and I'm also making, of course, a cup of coffee. There we go, final product, full bowl of eggs. And I also like to sprinkle a little bit of a flaxseed with vitamin D. Now my coffee is nearly ready, the best part. For the coffee I'm using just literally a touch of the whole milk, maybe about like 40 milliliters. This week I'll probably have a lot of black coffee as well, just because I'm trying to cut dairy this week, or just have green tea instead. but I can't survive without my morning coffee, of course. Here it is, my perfect morning breakfast. So we have 8 eggs, 3 yolks. I also need to take 2 teaspoons of this fish oil, which is not ideal. So what I do not to feel sick from it, I just have a couple of bites of my eggs, then I take the 2 spoons of fish oil, have more eggs very quickly, and then sip it on my coffee. After breakfast, of course, I went to train. I did some shoulders today. Break down and I'm ready to train some shoulders. Now I'm back and going to cook some lunch. About to cook some turkey breast mince. This is a very lean turkey breast mince, about 2% fat, and I need exactly 160 grams. So what I do, if you're familiar with measuring your food, you put a ball on it, then you put a 0, and then you just measure what's inside your bowl. In this case, it's turkey, 160 grams of it. The way I like to cook my turkey mince, by just simply squidging it but keeping it all together, so that it ends up like a burger or like a mini steak, and I cook it on one side and then flip it over. For the seasoning, of course, I'm going to use some Himalayan salt, and also what I like to add for extra flavor is this fajita mix. Just a teeny tiny bit, not too much, just for some more flavor. So once the edges become more white, I simply flip it over and cook some more. And for the veggies, I'm going to lightly boil a handful of green beans. What I also like to do when I'm cooking my turkey, because it does get quite dry and I like it, of course, thoroughly cooked, I just put a lid for a few minutes and bring the temperature down a little bit so that it doesn't stay dry. While my turkey and green beans are cooking, I'm going to put some coconut oil in my bowl, which I'll be eating from. I'm adding coconut oil for extra fats, and of course I can cook in coconut oil, but I just prefer it to melt on the cooked turkey rather than cooking it all together and it becomes burny and everything. Also, one thing about me, I'm a bit strange. I love to eat things in bowls rather than plates. Okay, so again, we put a bowl, put a scale at 0, and now I need to add 23 grams of coconut oil, which will be quite a lot, you will see in a second. There we go, this is how 23 grams of coconut oil look like, and it's probably about 2 tablespoons. And the brand I'm using is called Lucy Beam Extra Virgin Raw Coconut. I love it, it's my favorite one. I've just drained my beans, gonna add them to the coconut oil and the turkey. Ta-da! I'll break it into little pieces and of course try to mix it with the oil that's on the very bottom. And this little bowl of goodness is surprisingly very filling because of the fats and of course the protein, and it makes me feel really good after. And in terms of macros, it approximately has 40 grams of protein and 25 grams of fat. Lola would probably absolutely love this meal. Wouldn't you, darling? Dinner time. My next meal will include 220 grams of chicken thighs. These are just the ones I got from Tesco. They are quite fatty already and the ratio of protein and fat is just how I need it. So I will simply fry them on their own. Just turn them around, and for the seasoning I'll be using some Himalayan salt again, and that's it. Here are my 4 magical broccoli bits that are boiling. It's about 7 p.m. right now and I don't usually do this, but I only had 2 coffees today and I need to go for another workout to do my biceps and triceps as well as cardio. I'm going to make another coffee and add even less milk this time, just a small one. 25 is good. My perfect strong coffee with a touch of milk. Yes! I'm not gonna lie, I'm really feeling so sore and super tired, but I have to do this session again, so I have a lot of hopes for this coffee. I will do it. I've never trained twice a day before this prep. It's just because I started so late, so I really need to work my body out way more. And what really helps me sometimes is just to take a nap. I'm still great in terms of energy. I'm not feeling anything weird. It's just that I'm a bit sleepy at this point, and yeah, this baby will help. There we go, yum yum yum, broccoli and fried chicken thighs, as well as my coffee leftover. I love this kind of meal, it's super delicious. Okay, I've just done my biceps and triceps as well as 25 minutes of cardio, which is basically 10 sprints on the bike. So you just cruise, do a minute sprint or 30 seconds, as harder as you can, and then come down again. So this is way better for burning fat rather than just going steady pace, because your heart is up and down. Did I say that I hate cardio yesterday? So 10 to 10, just leaving the gym. And for the last meal of the day, I'm going to cook some sea bass. This is a packet of 180 grams, 2 fillets, again sprinkling some Himalayan salt for the seasoning, and that's it. And popping it into the oven for 25 minutes. While the fish is cooking, I'm going to have some green tea. I don't leave my tea bag for too long with green tea because I feel like it gets a bit too bitter. So just for a few minutes, maybe 2 or 3, and then I take it out. Sea bass is cooked, and I also boiled a handful of green beans, which I'll be having together. So I really hope you enjoyed watching what I eat in a day on prep. For those who worry about my lack of carbs, I'm really used to it, but my coach actually added some carbs whenever I'm training back. So for example, yesterday I had a carb meal, and tomorrow I'll have a carb meal as well after I train legs. So in tomorrow's video, stay tuned for a double leg session as well as my carb meal, which will replace one of these meals. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, just pop them below and I'll answer. Bye! Until tomorrow!